Hey guys, okay, so I missed, the other week's topic because, it wasn't a very good time for me to answer that. But I can answer it now. So, last week's topic was living as trans male. For me, living as a trans male, transmasculine, whatever, it's easier than what it is for most people or some people or whatever, but it's still not easy. I mean, being trans is never easy. You know, your family dealing with you being trans isn't always easy, or is most commonly not easy. I think for people who have a family that is very supportive, like right off the get-go, like you announce it, they're okay with it. You're lucky. Really lucky. Yeah, anyway, it's so hard for me to think right now. Okay, my family doesn't use, male pronouns with me. They say it's because of my sister, and I understand that. She's only 6 years old, so, with her personality of being very outgoing and would tell anybody about anything, even if she doesn't know them, it's a problem. And, she's young, she could say stuff like that to her school, and that's just, we don't need to bring other people into my life, I guess. We don't need other little kids going home and saying all this crap about transgender and whatever. I mean, yeah, people should be teaching their kids about what it is, but I'm not going to be like the person who starts that. Sorry. My life is too complicated for that stuff. Yeah. So, they don't use any kind of pronouns with me. I tried getting them to do it when she's not around and stuff like that. Like, I tried asking them if they could use male pronouns when my sister isn't around, so I would feel good. I don't know, that's not too much to ask. Considering it's been 9 months since I've been out. It's been a while, that's not too much to ask of them, to sacrifice for me. So, they haven't done that. They said they would, but I haven't seen anything, and that was quite a while ago that I asked them, like 2 or 3 months ago. And, so that sucks, that's hard, especially when I'm trying to present myself as male all the time. I'm not hiding, and then they go and do that, so it's awkward for me. I mean, it doesn't matter for people I don't know or whatever, but it's a little bit of a confidence booster, I guess, because if I don't know that person and they're calling me male or whatever, and then my mom turns around and says she, and I'm just sitting there like, what do I say? My mom's crazy. Yeah, it's not gonna work. So that's really hard for me. It can really get to me. My dad, however, I mean, like I said, my family supports me as much as they can, but, they're also not, like, ready to deal with it at the same time. So, my dad, he has issues with keeping things that you shouldn't say to somebody to himself. He's ignorant, I guess you could say. So, he will say things that are inappropriate. For instance, I was trying on clothes for Christmas because it's hard to shop for me, because of my size and what have you. So I went into the men's change room to try on some jeans, and my dad had to come in behind me because he was going to try on some jeans. He must have noticed my feet because he went into the stall thingy right next to mine, and the first thing he says to me is, "So, did you come in here on purpose?" And I'm just like, so I said to him, I was just like, "Yeah, I always do." And he kind of just laughed at me. And there was other men in there, and it's just awkward for me. It's embarrassing. You know what I mean? It's like you're pissing in a fucking urinal, and some guy comes up behind you, or whatever, and pretty much voices that your dick is the size of a fucking pea. How is a guy gonna feel standing in amongst a whole bunch of men, and he's, like, made fun of? It's retarded. So yeah, we haven't had as much fights, but we do have quite a bit of fights. And it's just him using things that I've confided in him with against me. For whatever reason. I guess it's fear or whatever. It's just ignorant. Yeah, so fights with my dad. Some fights with my mom, not so much, but whatever. And because my dad does that, like, when he lashes out at me and uses that kind of thing to attack me personally, my sister is always in earshot, and therefore she will do that when she's mad at me. And it just kills me. Like, I want to be her brother, and it's like there's a wall there. I can't do it because of him. You know, a child will be accepting depending on the environment that they're in. That's common sense. Yeah. So, there's good things. There's tons of good things. I'm just being pessimistic. What are good things? Yeah, there's tons. Shit. There's good things. There's just good things. I don't need to point them out, I guess. Nice hair. Yeah, there's just good things. I don't know how else to say it. Like, I have really supportive friends, and who are willing to help me out in whichever way they can. And that's, like, really convenient. And someone else who's very helpful, but will be left anonymous because I care about them and they're shit, and I just don't want to talk about it. That makes it sound bad. It's not bad. Fuck. Anyway, yeah, so that's living as a trans male. I don't know what else to say about that one. Now, this week's topic goes into last week's, because this one is about fears. Sorry about that. Yeah, this is about fears. So, I have a lot of fears. I could write a book. But, thankfully, to narrow this down, it is in the LGBT thing. So, I'm going to relate it to just trans things, because that's really the only kind of fears I have regarding LGBT. Yeah. I have fears of being outed. I don't believe in myself. I don't have very much confidence. And it's hard because I don't feel that I pass, and because of family issues and stuff with it, I don't feel confident with who I am. I know who I am, and I know where I feel most comfortable, and I know that I'm a guy. I just know. But I'm a not very confident guy. I'm scared of almost everything because I just don't feel strong. Not so emotionally, but what's that word? I don't feel confident at all. I wish I felt more confident because it conflicts with who I am, because I'm very outgoing and I like to, there's so many things I want to do, and it just disables me from being independent, kind of. So I really need, I do need help with that, and I'm working on it. It's hard, but I'm working on it. So I have a lot of fears. I don't know what else to say. And I think that this video is too long, so I'm going to have to edit this. Fun. Anyway. Yeah. What other fears do I have? So being outed, being alone. I have fears of being alone. I have fears within people regarding my trans identity. Like, I feel like if I show them my weaknesses, if I show them how scared I am, that they'll use it to their advantage. I have a very hard time trusting people. So it's just hard. I don't like being thought of as weak, even though I know I am weak. I don't want to be weak, so I don't like being thought of as weak. It's a piss off. And it just makes my anxiety worse. So, yeah. I mean, I have generalized anxiety disorder, and plus a large amount of anxiety within my dysphoria, obviously, because of that. So, there's just a lot of fears in general. Yeah, so anyway, this is probably a really, really, really boring video unless you're really interested in what I have to say. But I'm having trouble thinking or whatever and organizing my thoughts. So, anyway, that's today's topic. I'll probably edit this video, I'm not too sure. And I will see you guys later. Peace.